Joining me this week is Recastle CEO and Sky News contributor Kosha Gator. Kosha, let's start with Elon Musk. He's continuing to cause a meltdown among the left. Now, he's not trying to silence the left. He's not banning them or shadow banning and suppressing them. All he's endeavouring to do is to create a level playing field, and that is enough to have so many on the left absolutely lose their minds.
It sure is. He's putting his money where his mouth is. I think this week he's been a hammer. And it's really fascinating on a few levels. One is this free speech debate, and you do see a lot of people losing it because they, instead of standing on their own feet and being able to defend their ideas, they're running to bigger and badder actors to try and silence it. But the other thing to me that's fascinating too, Rita, is the whole corporate situation in this, where he's cleaning house, and it really is an indictment on the corporate culture, how much fat really is there in a lot of these rich companies where it's functioning even after he's letting go 50, 60% of the workforce.
This is remarkable because he has slashed the workforce dramatically, and yet the site's running beautifully. It's had more traffic than ever. It's got a lot of stress on it, and yet he has managed to keep it running and perhaps even make it profitable for once, because this site that is so powerful hasn't exactly been making money.
That's right. It's been languishing compared to its brethren in sort of the big tech space. And he's taking it back away from this corporate bloat and into this lean machine, optimizing for efficiency and talent. So I think it's really going to be interesting, and our other companies going to take note and follow suit. We'll be watching.
Well, Meta's just let go thousands of staff as well. So the big tech, you wouldn't call it a crash yet, but certainly there's a correction happening there. Now, the meltdown reached nuclear levels on Twitter when Elon Musk reinstated President Donald Trump's account. And Holly, Trump, within a day here, he's got almost 90 million followers. It could already be over 90 million since we've done that graphic. More than 3 times what President Biden has got. Kosha, what's that about? How is Trump still have such a presence on Twitter, given he was banned and he's come back, but he hasn't tweeted yet?
So fascinating, because in those intervening 2 years since he was banned, he, of course, stood up his own social media company, Truth Social. So he's sort of saying he doesn't want to come on. We'll see. It's fascinating. I think when he was banned, he was at 50 million. So this is like in a few days, he just rose up that much.
Yeah.
And it's a reflection of who he is, which is he's really popular, both by lovers and haters. And there are plenty of people in both camps who just are flocking to see what he has to say. It's for news value. It's for entertainment value, because he really is good at Twitter, whether we want to admit it. A lot of people don't want to admit that. And he's a little bit of a unicorn, because not many 76-year-olds really are that savvy on Twitter.
And all these accounts of Trump's finished, he's gone, he's over, clearly not the case. As Dave Chappelle tried to explain a week ago, that might be the popular opinion in New York, but in much of America, that ain't the case. So, yeah, just wait. But I want to just give you one single example of this freakout we're talking about. There are literally tens of thousands of examples. This one is from a prominent activist, Shannon Coulter, who posted, "Just emailed the head of safety at Apple and Google, respectively, to ask if their app stores will continue to carry the Twitter app now that Elon Musk has reinstated Donald Trump." Oh, my goodness. This is like just weapon-grade Karening, isn't it? Running to these bigger outlets. And legacy media is also freaking out. Here is CBS News. Have a look.
And Musk has called for an emergency meeting for all remaining engineers. In light of the uncertainty around Twitter and out of an abundance of caution, CBS News is pausing its activity on the social media site as it continues to monitor the platform, Major.
Jonathan Vigliotti, thank you.
Well, that lasted all of one day, with CBS News posting this today. After pausing for much of the weekend to assess the security concerns, SBS News and Stations is resuming its activity on Twitter as we continue to monitor the situation. Kosha, it seems the media needs Twitter more than Twitter needs the media.
For sure. I think reach and corresponding ad revenue of social media surpassed legacy mainstream broadcast television in 2016, and it's never gone back. So the economic situation is clear, that if they want to continue promoting their content and be in the business of generating reach and ad revenue, this is what they have to do. The only reason anybody would stay off is if they're going to be subsidized by another business and they're going on ideology rather than economics.
Now, I'm just going to bring you one example this week of climate change alarmists continuing to cause all sorts of damage to works of art. And not all works of art have protective glass. This is an attack against a car painted by Andy Warhol. Let's have a look.
Prego. Wait.
These maniacs. That's a 1979 BMW that Warhol painted. That vandalism occurred in Milan. I don't know why these galleries, Kosha, do not up their security. Thank you so much for joining me tonight.